This is Kuma from Ikara and Mboka Nziambe, and I'm presenting some ideas about Bwete and Iboga, and I'll pose a question to start. Can we renounce happiness? So why would we do that? First of all, well, true Bwete and the subsequent use of Iboga, which goes hand in hand in this synchronous relationship, is the art form of self through God and God through self. And in this merging, in this becoming, we learn that happiness that we seek is really something that generates habitual thinking. So this habitual thinking further reiterates the polar opposite of the happiness. So why are we seeking the happiness, in other words? Because at the other end of happiness is sorrow. And inevitably the happiness cannot be maintained. So a lot of people might be thinking with Bwete, true Bwete and Iboga, that somehow we're going to become happy. But it is not purveying happiness. What it's purveying is an ability to renounce happiness and sadness, to discover something completely new, in a new order. Joy, complete joy, which begs the questioning here of how does that happen? Well, through breaking the cycle of the habitual thinking of which I was just saying, moving to happiness all of the time. I want happiness, I want happiness. Can we see that in our problems, which are very real for us, we're trying to escape. And in so doing, seeking out the happiness, we're avoiding the only one reality we have, which is that we're not happy. Bwete and Iboga want to show you the importance of being that person who's not happy, the beauty in that. Because it's your way to joy. Joy cannot be experienced by a method, by systems, by plans, by anything of the type. Joy is that sensation one experiences, and we experience in Bwete with dance, which is prayer, in the sensation of God through man. So it's the complete situation and disposition free of condition. So as a child sees something for the first time, whether it be a bee on a flower or a waterfall, you see the joy, you see the electricity. We can watch that, and perhaps you can remember that. And then somewhere along the line, we start to associate this with happiness, and we start to graft and strive. But we're not looking at the one thing that's generating that. And those things that are generating that are not joy. So Bwete is about discovering joy, and our practice of Bwete is our devotion to God. And this devotion to God involves us removing conditions from our life and relinquishing dependency on materials and living a life of simplicity, of work. For me, it's about ingesting Iboga daily and learning my psychology to unfold, unfurl, uncondition, decondition my material existence, which of course involves great amounts of trust. So this is where we come to. Here, Mboka and Nziambe, here in Iboga and Nziambe, in Costa Rica, which is Ikara, we teach the truth within Bwete, which brings the principle of joy. And how we do this is through the process of which I'm talking. It's about learning to remove our conditions. And this is possible through Iboga and Ganga. Ganga being the bridge between the two worlds, the finite world, the physical world, and the spiritual world, the male and female unification. This is where healing is. It is not in the programs, whether premeditated or not, in the programs of habitual working upon self. This becomes mechanistic, pre-planned, deadening for the mind. It brings dullness to the mind, and therefore joy cannot come through. We cannot see that you are everything around yourself. To follow God is to discover that you are the things that you look at. There's no higher importance. Today, when we consider Iboga, that's what we need to hear. Nothing else. Everything else is nonsense. Complete nonsense. We see this all around. We see this proliferation of constantly selling in the field of Iboga. We are this, I am this, you should do this, we do that. All of that is habitual, mechanistic, full of agenda, rife of premeditation and presupposition, which all adds up to the deadening of the healing experience and the joy which is Bwete. It's antithetical to Bwete. The retreat center situations around the world today are in the antithesis of what Bwete is, which is joy. So give yourself every opportunity to become that person again, to learn freedom and to trust in the environment and to trust in your surroundings, in the knowing that you are them, and discover joy again, and discover the patience in almost waiting for that joyous moment to come around again, rather than this constant effort and striving which presupposes that one is non-deserved or could never fathom or reach a dizzy height of happiness ever again. That's not Bwete, and not healing, and not joy. We're here to exercise our joy from our hard work upon self, which takes courage and effort, and not in the way I was just explaining, in this grafting, grinding effort, but in attention. So give yourself the attention, and look. If you're looking to become happy again, just know that it's okay to be the person who's driving the want for happiness, because that's your base. That's where your true becoming is. That's where the answers are. Don't turn your back away from these negative forces. Don't turn your back. They'll follow you. Look right into them. Have the courage. And these strong processes of which we're talking about and we offer here, which is true Bwete, can reorientate you towards the correction of these and reconfigure your life so you can experience joy. This is true Iboga. This is true Bwete.